Hello students, so here's the solution video for your unit 3 triangle properties. So I'll suggest you to get a printout of this reviewer paper and then watch the video and try to solve the problems and understand it. I'm posting it before your submission time so that you can work together with less work, you understand better. Okay, so in number one is a kind of ratio problem that it tells measures of angles of a triangle are in the ratio 2, 3, 4. So what you are supposed to do to get to the real figure, multiply them by a common figure value. So 2x, 3x, and 4x. So they are the measure of a angles in a triangle. So in a triangle there are 180 degree. So once you do 5x and 4x is 9x and you get 180. So you divide by 9, you get x equals 20. Okay, so now what you will have to find, you'll have to find the measure of the largest angle. Be careful about it. Largest, so largest is this one, 4. So that will be 4x. So you say 4 multiplied with 20, so that gives you 80 degree. So since a multiple choice questions, you can work out in the space given to you and then solve and find it out. In the next one, the measures of the angles of triangle are again the same thing in the ratio 3, 6, and 9. So what you should do is for number 2, you should be telling 3x like the earlier one, and 9x, that should give you 180 degree. So 9 and 9 gives you 18x, and 180 degree you divide by 18, you get a x, and that's 10 degree. All right, so you need to find out the smallest one. The smallest one is this 3x. So you say 3 and multiplied with 10. Okay, so you get a 30 degree. So you look for the options where there is 30 degrees, number 2. Okay, I'm erasing the other things because it's a video, so you can pause, rewind, forward, and watch them again and again. And then is which phrase doesn't describe a triangle? So basically the classification of the triangle. So acute angle, acute scalene. None of the sides are congruent and all the angles are less than 90 degree. That's the acute angle. So it describes a triangle. Isosceles right. Okay. It is possible to have a isosceles right triangle because if one angle is 90 degree and two of the legs are congruent, you can call it isosceles right triangle. Okay, so that's also describe a triangle, so they are not our answers, we can eliminate them. Equilateral, equiangular. Okay, so all the sides are congruent, so it's equilateral, and all the angles are congruent, so that's equiangular. So that's also described. So it must be this one, unless the obtuse right. It's not possible in a triangle to get a obtuse angle and also a right angle. Okay, so that should be the answer for this. All right, so number 4, option 4 is the answer for number 3. And once you go for number 4, it's a piece of cake for you. That's a external thing. Okay, some of the two non-adjacent angles are congruent to the exterior angle. Okay, so this angle 1, measure of 1 is equivalent to 115, and this 32. You'll have to know this rule very well. There will be at least more than 2-3 sums related with that. So 115 plus 32 gives you 257. So you have a 7 here. Probably this is the answer, but well, always better to check. 7, 3, 1, 4, and this one, so 147 degree. So, and then once, which of the following sets of numbers could not represent the three sides of the triangle? It's always better to review your packets, all the rules, that will be better. So that we have learned that to be a triangle, sum of the two shorter side has to be greater than the third side, I mean the larger one. So 2 shorter is 16 and 18 gives you 24. That's greater than 21. So it describes a triangle. They say could not represent a triangle, so it's not. Then 12 and 17 is 29. That's greater than 27. So obviously it describes a triangle, so that's not our choice. 8 and 23 is 31. 31 is equal to 31, but it has to be greater than. So this is the one that doesn't describe a triangle. So 2 is the choice for that. Okay. So since it's a multiple choice question and there is only one choice, so this should be the thing. And now is angle inequality, triangle inequality. They say DEF. So draw your DEF. Okay. So let's say arbitrarily you draw that. Okay. D, E, and F. So they say EF is 16. So this is 16. FD is 14. So FD is 14. And your DE is 18. This is 18. So they said which statement about the angles of DEF must be true. So angle opposite to the largest side is the largest. So since it comes up this, so here will be the smallest angle. This should be the smallest and this should be the largest. So you see which one is the smallest. So 14 is the smallest side, so its opposite is E. So here it has to be E. Anything other than E in the beginning is eliminated. Okay, so option is only these two. Then you should look for the middle or the largest. I will prefer to look for the largest, that is 18. So its opposite is F. So where is F? There is F. Here is not F. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so the serial should be E, D, F. You see 14 opposite is E, middle side is 16, its opposite is D, and the largest one is 18, its opposite is F. So this option is the choice for this answer. Okay. And then again, which numbers could represent the lengths of the sides of a triangle? So again, shorter side, sum of the two shorter should be larger than the 14. So this one is which represents. So 5 and 9 is 14. 14 equals 14. So it doesn't represent. 7, 7, 14 is less than 15. It doesn't represent. 1 plus 2 is 3 is less than 4. It doesn't represent. 6 plus 3 is 9 and 9 is greater than 8. Okay. So we say number 4 is the option. All right. And then again, this is another one where ABC is it's about the sides. Okay. So same rule. Let's draw the triangle. So let's draw it. Let's say this one is A, this one is B, this one is C. So angle A is given as 95 and angle B is given as 50 degree and measure of C is 35. Okay, so this is says this. So the largest side will be at the last and the first one will be the smallest side. So let's go for the smallest angle is 35. So its opposite is AB. So in the beginning, it should start with AB. Other than AB, anything else is cancelled. Eliminate them. And then the middle one, if you go for the middle one is 50. So opposite is this AC. So after that, it should be AC. It seems this one. And then the largest one is 95. So it's opposite to BC. And you see, it exactly matches. So number 2 is the choice for that. Okay. So that's the answer for number 8. That's 2. And now, once you go for number 9, that's again exterior theorem. In the diagram, triangle TPS. So these T, P, and S below. Angle P is 60. So this is one is 60. Measure of S is 30. Okay, so ST is extended towards 8. So an exterior angle is created. So non-adjacent these two. What is the measure of LKN? So where is our LKN? Let's look for this. Oh no, this is not LKN. This should be PTR. I'm sorry, this should be PTR. Okay. So you should be working with PTR. So PTR, right? So in this PTR, this is the angle. So what you should do is the external angle is the sum of the two non-adjacent. So 60 plus 30 is 90. That will give you this one, okay? So we should be going for option A, 1, all right? And then in number 10, it says which side is included between angle A and B. So you see angle A is this one, angle B is this one. So within this B and A, included side is AB. So obviously this is AB. There should be a line segment given over here. But for technical difficulty, I couldn't give it. But during the test, you will have them like this, okay? So obviously it's AB. So number 3 is the choice for that. And then 11 is choose the angle that is included between EF. So again, a segment EF. EF is this, and then FD. FD is this. So which angle you find between them? This is F, okay? So your choice should be number 3. All right. And then this is number 2. Ignore this. Okay, this is nothing. So in 12, in the diagram below, measure of BDC is 100. So BDC 100. Right, 100 here, label them always. And angle A is 50. This is 50. And measure of DBC, okay? So DBC, this is 30. Now they say which statement is true. This angle A, triangle ABD is obtuse. Now let's see who is ABD. A, B, and D, okay? So one thing we can say, this is 100, so this has to be 80. And 80 and 50 gives us 180 plus 50 gives us 130. So we are left with, for this angle, from 180, if we subtract these two, so we get a 50 degree, all right? So this one is 50 degrees. So we are sure ABD is not an obtuse because there is no obtuse angle over here. So it's eliminated. Triangle ABC is isosceles. So ABC, let's see. ABC, so that's a triangle. We know this angle 50, this angle is 80. So this has to be in two way we can do 30 and 100 in this triangle. That is 130. So this has to be 50. In other we can say this is 80 and 50, 130. So from 180, if you subtract 130, this way you also get it 50. Now you see this is 50, this is 50. This means AB, opposite of C is AB in the triangle ABC, and opposite of A is BC. So these two sides are congruent. So obviously triangle ABC is isosceles. And since it's isosceles, so we don't have to consider the other thing because this statement holds true. Okay, then once we go for number 13 is again an exterior theorem. Triangle ABC, measure of B is 62, that's given, and side AC extended to D. So as shown below, so up to this, AC is extended to D. Which of the value of X marks triangle? This is a little technical, AB and CB, okay? So they want us to show that AB and this BC is congruent. So if they are congruent, we'll have to have a congruent angles over here. So let it be Y, let it be Y. Okay. So what we can do, we can say that to find out the value, we'll have to find out the value of X. So first let's determine Y. If we can determine Y, we can determine X because they are supplementary, all right? So let's see this Y plus 62 in this triangle ABC will get them 180 degree. So 2Y should be equal to 180 minus 62. So 2y should be, here should be 8. And this is 7. So 118 divided by 2 divided by 2. So what do you get? Y equals to uh, 5, 2 is 10, and 9. So each of them are 59. So now it is clear that if you can get this one as 59, so x is a supplementary. So 180 minus 59 will give you this x. So that's 1, and this is 6, so 2 and 1, 121 degree. So obviously it's number 4. All right. So then ignore this one. This is probably where from I copied. This number is that. Okay. So now what kind of triangle it is? You can see easily there is a 90 degree, so it's a right triangle. It should be a student producing answers question, but wrongly placed it here. So you say right triangle, or you just write in full that's a triangle. Okay. So you can write it right triangle. Okay, because there is a 90 degree. And now determine the type of triangle that is drawn below. Okay, so what do you see? There is an obtuse angle, and none of the sides are congruent. So you say obtuse scalene. And since it's a multiple choice question, you see obtuse scalene. Why it is scalene acute, isosceles obtuse, scalene obtuse. So obviously this is the choice. All right. Then 18 and 19 is here. This is what is, you will have to see which postulate or which theorem to say prove the congruency. You see what method can be used to prove the triangle below are congruent. You see two of the sides are congruent and another angle. Okay, so it has to be a side angle side or side angle. All right. Now since it has a something like this two angle is not included. If the angle is included, then probably we could be saying that is side angle side. And if two angles should be there, we could be saying that. So it's not that two. So angle side, two sides are not there too. So you say not possible. All right. We can prove that it has got anything. For this one, what is the method can be used to prove the triangle below are congruent? So you see these two sides are congruent. These sides are congruent in these two triangles. Let me color it with a different color. And this is a common side for reflexive property. So you can say side, side, side. So this is the one. All right. And then once you go for this, which of the following is the correct classification of triangle MNP? So it's always good to draw the triangle. So let's say we draw the triangle. Let's say this is M, this is P, and this is N. So you know M is given as 35 degree and P is given as 47 degree. So this is obviously, by looking at the answer, we say it's based on the angle, classification of the triangle based on angle. So let's find out this angle. It has to be 180 minus 35 and 47. So once you calculate, what do you get? 7 and 5 is 12. 1 remains in at 5, 5, 3, 8. So you subtract it. So you get a 8 and 1, 9. So you get a 9, 98 degrees. So this is 98 degree. So you see there is one obtuse angle, more than 90. So it's not equiangular. All the angles are not equal. Three angles are not equate. There is no right angle. So it's obviously obtuse. Okay. And then part 2 is student producing answers that you have done this type of sums a lot. So the sides of the triangles are given in the ratio of this. The perimeter of the triangle is given 216. So to the real figure, multiply with the number. So 3x, 4x plus 5x, all the sides add up to 216. Okay, so we add them. 3 and 4 7, 7 5 12x equals 216. So we divide by 12, we get x. 12 cancels out, and 12 ones are 12, you are get 9. So 96 divided by 12, this should be giving you 8. So 18, if I am right. Okay, so now you'll have to give the sides, all the sides. So all the sides are like, one is 3x, so 3 multiplied with 18 should give you 54. And next one is 4 multiplied with 18 should give you 4 8s are 32. 3 remains in hand. 4137. You can use your calculator for that. And next one is 5 with 18. I think that should be 90, because 5 tens are 50, 5 8s are 40, so 90. Once you add them, 8 2s are 6, 5 7s are 12, 12 9 21, so 206 exactly matches with this, so your answer is right. So 54 7 2 90, and you must write them the units, centimeters. All right, so you say centimeter, centimeter, and centimeter. And now this is angle H and J are congruent, so draw a triangle HIGE. So where, let's say, H and this is J, so they are congruent. Okay, and they say JH, so other one has to be I. JH is 7, so JH is 7, and IJ is 20. Okay, so now find the length of HI. So think about that. If these two angles are congruent, their opposites will be also congruent. This guy and this guy has to be congruent. So if it is 20, this has to be 20. So you say HI is, length of HI is 20. That's it. And in number 23, this is again a exterior theorem. They say ABC shown below, side AC is extended. Okay, so this AC standpoint D. Okay, this one is extended to D with angle DAB. DAB is 180 minus TX. This one. Measure of B is given as 6x minus 40, and measure of C is given x plus 20. All right. So what you should do is you should so what's that? This is exterior theorem. So sum of the two non-adjacent equals to this exterior. So you say 6x minus 40 plus x plus, if you look at it, that is 20. Okay, so equals this exterior. Okay, and this exterior value is 180 minus 3x. So now what's your job? Let's bring all these x's in one side. First simplify this 7x, and minus 40 and plus 20 should give you minus 20, and this is 180 minus 3x. Let's bring all the x's in one side and the constant in the other side. So 7x, once this comes, changes side, so it becomes positive, sign is changed, 3x, and 180, this 20 negative becomes a positive, so this becomes 20. All right, so now this 10x, once you add up, and this is 200. You want to isolate x, so divide by 10, so you get x equals this 20. All right, so now what they've asked, they asked for what is the measure BAC. So look for BAC. BAC. So what will be that? This is the supplementary of this angle. So let's find out DAB, 180 minus 3x. So we say 180 minus 3x is 20. So you get 180 minus 60. So that's 120. Now we need this BAC. uh, AC, this angle. So this plus this is 180 degree. So if we subtract this 120, since we got this one 120, we subtract from 180, we subtract 120, we get that 60 degree. So we say measure of angle BAC equals 60 degree. All right. So that is it. And now once number 24, for 20 find NOM. So look at this. This is these two sides are congruent. That means opposite angles are congruent. So if it is 95, let this be x, let this be x. NOM is this one. So if we can get the value of x, it's fine. So three angles in a triangle, they add up to 180 degree. So plus 95 is 180 degree. Our job is to get x. So it's now just simple algebra. So this is 2x equals 180 degree minus, I just get this in this side, 95. So I get x equals 85, I guess. Okay, 5 and 10, 85. So this is 2x. Now we divide by 2, divide by 2. What do you get? X. Probably you don't get a whole number. You get something. X equals 4 2s are 8. And then 2 2s are 4 and 0.5. So you get 45. Okay. So that x is basically your NOM. So you say measure of angle NOM equals 42.5 degree. That's it. Okay, then this last two is proof. One is you are given with the statements, and another one is you are not given with anything. Okay, so let's say what you can do about this. All right. So if you look at this, you will see that it tells you about your this values which are given. Let's start working with them. So let's look at them. So first you see AB is congruent to BC. So AB is congruent to BC. That's given. So you write is given. And then BD bisects ABC. BD bisects ABC. That's also BD bisects ABC, which means this angle is congruent to this angle. That's also given. Okay. Now, angle ABD congruent to CBD. Angle ABD is congruent to CBD. So from this, we can find out the conclusion. Okay. So we say angle, properties of angle bisector. Okay. So we say property of, or just properties of angle bisector. For that reason, we can say these two angles are congruent. And then BD is congruent to BD. This BD is a common one. So why? This is because of reflexive property. Reflexive property. Okay. Now you see what? This side is common, this side, and this included angle. Okay. So this included angle. So you can say triangle ABD and CBD. Your ABD and your CBD are congruent. Why? Because of side angle side. Okay. So that is it. And now if you go for this one here, you are not given with any statement. You will have to fix up your statement by yourself. Okay. Okay, so you can go for that. Okay, so let's go. So let's see what it is there. So first of all, we are given with Jm. Jm is congruent to Mn. Okay, so we say we write it segment Jm is congruent to Mn. Okay, so this is given to us. All right, then say L is the midpoint of Jn. Okay, so we say L is the midpoint of segment Jn. So this is also given to us. All right. So now, if it is given, if it is the midpoint, that means it divides the Jn into two congruent parts. So we can say Jl is congruent to Ln. So you can write, conclude, deduce that Jl, segment Jl is congruent to Jl is congruent to Ln. Okay, Ln. Okay, so why you can say this? By definition of midpoint. Okay, so now we need to prove JLM is congruent to NLM. So we have seen two of the sides are congruent. Now if you can find out one included angle or another angle excluded or a side, so we can see easily that this Ln is a common side, so we can say that Lm is congruent to Lm. Okay, why? Reflexive property. Okay, so now we can say, since three of the sides are congruent, we can say by side they're congruent. So we can say triangle JLM is congruent to triangle NLM. Okay, why? Because of side. Yes, that's it. So if you practice with all this and understand them, you will be good for your midterm. So I'm posting this solution along with these questions so that you can practice. And on Monday, I'll post the other unit, that's the similarity. So you should be good with that. Okay. I hope you watch them and get the benefit. I tell you that if you watch them and if you really work with them, you guys will be fine. Okay. Thank you very much.